Remaining under motions and resolutions, Senator Murphy.
Mr. President, I move that the Secretary of the Senate may correct and approve the Journal of the Senate for special session, and that the Secretary notify the Governor and the House of Representatives that the Senate is about to adjourn the 2025 special session. Sine die.
Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing no further discussion, all in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion prevails. Members, we are now on announcements of the Senate's interest. We're almost done. First thing that I want to say, and then I'm going to Senator Johnson, and then I'm going to Senator Murphy. Without objection, the following senators will be excused from today: Mitchell, 3:45 to 4:30, Nelson, 5:20 to 5:40, Johnson, 9:50 to 10:15 p.m., Jaskowski, 12:30 a.m. to 12:35, and 12:50 to 1 o'clock a.m. Members, I want to say that it's been an honor to once again serve as president of this important chamber and to watch each day as we all are privileged to make important decisions that impact the lives of millions of Minnesotans. From the very beginning, this has been a hard-fought session in a closely divided legislature, and to get here, we ultimately had to forge relationships and compromises that are not always easy. But as we have done it by showing we can do the difficult work of getting things done, and I think Minnesota will be better off for our work. We can't leave this session without remembering our former Majority Leader, Carrie Diesick, who was a dear friend to me and many of us on both sides of the aisle. She reflected what is good about our state and the important Minnesota values that we all share. We all miss her, and the loss of her wisdom and her caring and guidance for our state and for all of us who serve here. God bless Carrie Diesick. We also should remember the work of our staff and all the people who come to work in this Capitol each and every day. And remember that we are all here because the people of Minnesota have put their trust in us to work on their behalf. While this has been a difficult few weeks leading up to today, in the end, we came together to forge a balanced budget that reflects not only bipartisanship, but real and often difficult compromise to move Minnesota forward. None of us got everything we wanted, but Minnesotans got a balanced budget that would do a lot of good for a lot of people. And with that, I'm going to Senator Johnson.
Well, thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, members, so much for not only just today, but the year that we've been through. It's been what they call a historic year with the divisions within both the other chamber and our own, and the work that we've done to get to this point. There are days where I can't believe that we actually got to a point where we're sine die, but here we are. We've balanced the budget. It's complete. We won't be shutting down on July 1st. Government will not be shutting down. So that's a big fight that we got through to the end here. But it was a budget full of hard and difficult choices. Let's remember why we're facing these choices. Because we are correcting and working on some of the issues that a single-party control with Governor Walz and legislative Democrats have broken the budget, and now we're trying to repair that. They spent an entire $18 billion surplus. They raised taxes and fees by $10 billion and left us with a $6 billion deficit. On top of all that was done, there was wasteful spending. And we haven't seen a willingness to truly address the wasteful spending in this state. There were lots of opportunities to do that this year, proposals that were given by Senate Republicans, ways to work in bipartisan ways to address that, and yet those weren't taken up. We could have put Minnesotans first more often. Minnesotans, the students of Minnesota need to be taken care of. We didn't see an effort put into Minnesota students as well. What do we get instead? Instead, we have seniors who need care. Instead of making sure that we're protecting our seniors, what we're doing is raising a granny tax and really penalizing our nursing homes by $161 million. Instead of helping those with disabilities live full and productive lives in this state, we're cutting those services. Instead of helping our schools with their unfunded mandates and giving them flexibility, we're going to give them cuts as well. Instead of willingness to deal with fraud in a meaningful way in this state, we're just going to go along with the status quo. Simply put, this budget does not reflect Minnesota, and it does not put Minnesotans first. So the Senate Republicans continue to fight. We fight every day. That's why we came to work. Even though we're in the minority, we came here to work and to fight as a group. I'm very happy to be fighting right alongside my caucus colleagues. I'm also very, very happy to be fighting with Senate Democrats, in particular, Senator Murphy, and the relationship that we've bonded over this time. It's quite a stark difference to what happened last year, and just the work that we've done on trying to make sure that this session went through smoothly in a way that respected the desires of our caucuses and the needs within them. And so I hope this is a model that we can continue forward, but giving more reflection onto the priorities of the state of Minnesota. So with that, members and staff, thank you for your work this year. You've done such an incredible job. We have a few months off here, but I hope we're getting ready for February 17th. That'll be a fun time next year, but until then, get rested up, and we'll see you around real soon. Thank you.
Senator Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. President and members. I want to begin with a full list of thank yous to our nonpartisan fiscal staff and council. Thank you. To the front desk staff and Secretary Bodden, to all of the pages and interns who are with us day in and day out, to the sergeants who stand with us, to those that feed us, and to the janitorial staff that keep us safe and healthy, to our LAs and CAs, the leadership staff across the aisle and in our caucus that make this place tick, to partisan research and media, to the House, to the other body, and all that they do. To the GOP staff and members, all of you, to Leader Johnson, to my colleagues here in the back of the room, to President Champion, the people of Minnesota. And don't forget about those who are not right here, Senate Information Services, Senate Media Services, HR, and Senate Fiscal Staff, Senate Information. All of these entities, all of us together, are what make the Minnesota Senate the special place that it is and give us the ability to serve the people of Minnesota in the way that we want to, with their interest in mind and with our skill and brilliance front and center. I have to say that we're in a much different place than we were a year ago at the close of last session. And there are a lot of things that have forged that difference, beginning, of course, with the loss of Senator Dietzich, and may her memory be a blessing. That loss forced us into, or guided us into, a power-sharing agreement that really forged what is now a much better working relationship for this body. We saw a tied House that slowed some things down, and in the end, because of a closely divided legislature, really by one seat, we have learned not the art of bipartisanship, but what it means to engage in hard-fought compromise. And while there are a lot of things that have moved through this body today that I don't agree with, I am proud of the work that we have done together for Minnesotans, because I think it represents us, the differences that people feel in Minnesota, the differences in our ideas, our ideology, and our values. That's what we're here to do. And compromise, hard fought, is a real value. There were a number of things that I wanted to accomplish along with my colleagues. We wanted to balance the budget. We wanted to balance it for real. This Senate took that up in earnest along with the governor. I've got my spreadsheet from Eric Nauman. We came into this session with a structural imbalance in the planning years, in the tails, as we say. Without inflation, $2.4 billion. That's what we're looking at. And we were committed to reducing spending in order to make a difference 4 years out. And the result of this budget leaves us with a structural imbalance in the tails of just $290 million. We've cut more than $1.3 billion in this budget in order to bring this budget into balance. And that is a steady foundation on which we can build for the future of the people of Minnesota. It's something that I think we should all be proud of. It was a very hard fight with the other body to get there, strangely, harder than it should have been. We wanted to balance the budget to make sure that we were looking out for our kids and schools, our hospitals and clinics, our state parks and correctional facilities, infrastructure, roads, bridges, water, and to make sure at a time with a president who is recklessly cutting jobs and creating chaos in our economy, that we were looking out for people's jobs and building opportunity. And we did that with transportation, with bonding, and the data structure bill, or the data centers bill. We also wanted to make sure for us that we looked out for the things that we did for Minnesota over the last 2 years. And on balance, we protected all of that, from paid family leave, earned sick and safe, universal school meals, and the child tax credit, nation leading. The things that we believe in that will support the lives of the people of Minnesota are intact. And last, it was important to us to recognize that there is chaos and uncertainty coming from Washington, D.C., and our members have worked very hard to prepare for that. And you can see that in our bills, stable bills that will provide for our schools, our hospitals, and clinics, and communities across the state. This was a hard-fought session, the hardest of my 18 years. And I'm proud of what we accomplished, although I am a bit tired, and I bet you are too, which is why I'm going to close. I'm clear about what we've done, our budget, our gains, and what we've accomplished for Minnesotans. Our commitment together here is our North Star, the people of Minnesota. I'm grateful for all of you, for everything that you've done for the people of Minnesota. I look forward to the work we're going to do in the future. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
And Senator Murphy has a motion.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate do now adjourn the special session, sine die.
Any discussion? Seeing none on that motion, all in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. The motion prevails. The Senate is now adjourned. The special session, sine die.